What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference Esports Semifinals, hosted by the Showboat in Atlantic City, where I believe most people listening are. I am unfortunately not with you in Atlantic City, but from what I have seen, we have got some real star-studded players out there today and this weekend as a whole. I am Septilence, joined by Tugboat, and we are going to be bringing you our next upcoming match, which is Siena versus Fairfield.
Yes, sir. We just saw Fairfield. We took a look at Siena there briefly, taking a look at how these two teams did get here. Siena put down Canisius 3-0 fashion. Looking at Fairfield, had a little bit of a tougher time getting on into that one. That was a 3-1 victory, and most of those games getting pretty close. Well, excuse me, all of those games going down to a score difference of 2, except for that very first game that Fairfield took in 3-2 fashion. Taking a look at the Siena College squad as of right now. Perhaps this is the new Steam player, right?
Yeah, one of the computers, for whatever reason, or one of the players didn't own Steam, so they had to download it, and now they have to go through the tutorial, as is the way of esports, as is the way of live production. What you gonna do? Not much of anything. We'll let them get through that tutorial, and then we will jump right back into the swing of things. And Tug, just looking here at statistics alone, I'm a little bit curious to see what these players are going to be bringing to the table, because like you said, this was a lot easier for Siena to get in here. They dominated their way up and through their first series 3-0. Now, on the other side of that same coin, Fairfield, not only are they a notably lower seed in that 4th position, but they did struggle against an even lower seed to get here. So we're thinking statistically, Siena should probably have a bit of an easy time in this matchup, if we're being honest.
Yeah, no, I am with it. I can only agree with you here. The numbers tell us that, as well as today's performances. All of the Rocket League games will be played here today and wrapped up as well. All of them going down here in the show. But hey, what's going on? I believe that is Matter on the end, I think.
I have no idea.
We just got away from, not 100% sure. I guess my guess is as good as 33%, right?
Yeah, that's decent odds, right? I could guess somebody else and boost our odds even higher.
Your Siena University, there you go. Get a little fist pump action from 2.5, we'll call it. 2.5, we'll call it. That is the St. Bernard's, if I remember correctly, taking on Fairfield. Fairfield University. Their mascot, of course, is the... Okay, hang on a second.
All right, we're jumping into the game. 5 minutes now on the clock. Fairfield, they're trying to get that early ball control. The Stacks, but Matter with a phenomenal early demo. Atlas with one to cancel it out straight away. Demolitions across the board. The physicality separates the goods from the greats, and we've already seen we've got 2 greats going toe-to-toe right here, right now.
Absolutely. We mentioned them. We've seen the human beings talk about the players and profiles within the game. Fairfield University, Elysium, Matter, and Soccer Scout. Siena made up of Rathskeller, Atlas, and 6. Now, unless I'm wrong, we had a little blink action playing earlier, so that's going to be Rathskeller coming on in and joining his teammates as a starting member of Siena here for a Fairfield Stags matchup.
Yeah, Rathskeller coming in here in semifinals. A bit of a bold play to bring in a player in semis that we haven't yet to see this weekend, but clearly they aren't fumbling the ball too hard, at least not yet, as we are a minute in and nobody has dropped a goal quite yet. A lot of ball control. Actually, Rathskeller, the one up and above, trying to get a great setup for a teammate. Unfortunately, 6 and Atlas were not able to be in the right place at the right time. Atlas looking for a ball off the wall, right next to the left of the goal, but Scout catches it out. A great demolition here onto Matter, but can Rathskeller follow through? No, it is Fairfield with ball control all over again, and possibly a goal! That's it! Scout brings it through. I don't know who that was from Siena. Mighty close to catching that out, but unfortunately close is only going to count in hand, horse, and shoe grenades.
Dude, I'm done. Fairfield University going up 1-0 right here. Siena taking this one. Rathskeller going to be on the far...
What? What?
Whoa. Okay, Siena. They don't like playing from behind. These guys don't, my friend. Matter
missed the ball. Went around. I don't know if that was a fake. I don't know if that was a miscalculation or a team play that went wrong. But it... Oh, man. Fairfield is upset about that one.
I would be decently upset as well, my friend. 90 seconds into this one. what was Siena's lead turns into nada. Might as well be 0-0, might as well be 10-10, like I've said before. Rathskeller showing up for the side of Siena already in this game number 1, the semifinals matchup. Matter.
You know,
nice
I was
little
worried.
Backspin right here. Fairfield getting on defense. Go ahead.
I was going to say, you know, I was worried about bringing in Rathskeller. Nothing against Siena particularly, but when teams bring in new players this deep into a bracket, I get a little bit worried because Rocket League is so about team control and team communication. And when you mix up those comms, it can be disastrous. But there, the cherry on top of my point, Rathskeller is showing up right now. Puts a goal down off the kickoff, has several defensive saves already. I mean, it has just been a very large step up from Siena. They were great already, but with whoever this Rathskeller is, I mean, they are putting on a show today.
Yeah, the absolute ace in the pocket, possibly. How thematical, being in Atlantic City. Now, of course, we're hitting halftime now. We'll get confirmed later about who's technically the sub, who's technically the starter here, Rathskeller or Blink. Regardless, Siena's still coming out, firing on all cylinders as of right now. 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Me a pop play up and out. Meeting in the middle is 6 for right now. Matter still keeping the dream alive.
Oh! Matter, I thought had it. Scout with a great demolition onto 6, keeping that aggression alive for Fairfield, just peppering these shots down against Siena's goal, and one of them will eventually break through just like that. Scout from Fairfield going to be able to put that second goal down, 2:04 on the clock.
Just a bare little flip play right there. 100 seconds since our last one. Fairfield taking the lead after Siena, I believe, struck first. Yeah, did strike first, and Fairfield brought it back in like 7 seconds.
No, vice versa. Fairfield scored first because it was Rathskeller that hit the goal out of...
That's right, that's right. Yep,
out of kickoff.
Right,
so,
right.
Siena, they found the one goal. Fairfield is going to answer one with 2. I believe that is confirming a hat trick for Scout. I believe that is all 3 goals from the side of Fairfield, yeah, belonging to Scout. So let's get a nice little bowler hat out for him as he's just getting ready to walk through Siena here in game 1.
There you go. Fantastic stuff. Just outside 2 minutes left on in this one. Lead of 2 is the beginning of comfortable. Can't say the same about the first. Demos coming out from Siena to start this one out. Takeaway here, Atlas up. Fairfield waiting for their third player to come back and do get that. Scout now across the middle and just gives this one up to 6, and then 6 gives it up to teammate. Met there, though, and so this is going to be kept on in the Siena side.
Now, I've got to say, we talked about first seed versus fourth seed and how this should be really one-sided. But this is flipped on its head. I mean, we were expecting Siena to walk in and just dominate first seed, taking out fourth, but Fairfield, they aren't only showing up, they are showing off right now. A 2-goal lead over the number 1 seed with only 70 seconds remaining for Siena to try to turn this one around.
Yeah, 100%. Again, yeah, one-sided affair we expected, and that might actually be the beginnings of a Game 1 domination for the side of Fairfield. The beginnings of the end, whatever you want to call it, somewhere in the middle we'll call it, because there's 63 seconds left right here in Fairfield. That's Alicia, Matter, and Soccer Scout coming out and firing on all cylinders here in the great game of Rocket League.
I mean, I just want to see Scout versus DJ here at this point, because they are both just all over the field, putting goals away like madmen. And if that's what Grand Finals turns into, that'll be unbelievably entertaining to watch. 2 strikers, 2 teams with a front runner like that going toe-to-toe would be breathtaking, something we have yet to see here today. Now, only 38 seconds left on the clock. Matter trying to bring it up, trying to bring it home, and it's going to be blocked out by 6. Definitely not clenching your teeth quite yet. Scout puts away a 5th goal. I know 3 is hat trick, I know 4 is haul, and I know 5 is certainly a lot, but I do not know the term for it. 32 seconds remain, and Tug, like you said, Fairfield walking away with a 5-1 lead at the least.
Yeah, and 30 seconds to go right there. A perfect setup play from Matter onto teammate. Again, 5 scores, all coming out from the same player. Fantastic stuff from Fairfield. They have really found their workhorse here when it comes to offense. And defense, when you got somebody playing like this, defense is something you have to think about secondarily.
Absolutely. And I looked up what comes after a haul, and now I'm upset. It's called a glut, which is not a cute word at all. I would like to see Scout...
Like 10 seconds ago.
Let's go! Let's go! Now it's a double hat trick. 6 is just called a double hat trick. Okay. Oh, amazing. Absolutely incredible. Fairfield, I think they have possibly overplayed their hand a little bit, and that's what I'm worried about. Very clearly is Scout the string puller here, the ringleader, and I think Siena is more than smart enough to realize that. So this next game may be Scout getting demolished 35 times over the next 5 minutes.
13 shots attempted for Fairfield. None made in for Elysium or Matter. Everything going for Scout. That was 7 shots attempted for him. 6 goals made in. Throw 4 demos in as well. You're talking about a player that barely leaves this ball set. My goodness.
I mean, just all over it all day long. We're going to watch the replays, and except for that one right there from Rathskeller, every single one is Scout. Every single goal scored in that game, except for one, came from the same player. That is just absurd. Incredible. Scout has kicked it up beyond a notch. Scout has taken it from 10 to 100 in a single game. But something I always talk about is a Rocket League series is often a marathon a lot more than it is a sprint. And winning game 1 is phenomenal, yes, but you've still got to win games 2 and 3. So I'm hoping Fairfield did not burn all the gas they had there in game 1.
I hear you. I hear you. Not looking shook quite yet, Siena. Fairfield, they gave us a little bit beforehand. There you go. There you go. That's one. Nice smile. Love it. I love it. Iron focus. Iron focus. Iron shot. Oh, there you go. There you go. A little peace and love there towards the end. Let's check out these guys for the time being. Again, this is the Stags right here. Fairfield, number 4 seed, coming on in and doing fantastic stuff against your number 1 seed. At least that's what paper said, right? Take those papers, throw them out the window, or recycle them.
Yeah,
first. Excuse me.
Yeah, recycle them. Don't throw them out the window. I like the catch there. Please, if you're
they're
gonna
useless, is what I'm saying. They need to be made into something else.
At least put them into the recycling bin. But Fairfield right now would give us our first and hypothetically only upset if they win here today against Siena. Siena has more than enough time to turn it around. That was game 1. We talk about the importance and lack thereof that both come from game 1, and it looks like Siena is trying to turn it up. Atlas gets lucky. I'm going to be honest, misses the shot. Fairfield, had they come from behind, they easily could have knocked that out, but it's going to be knocked in regardless, and Siena, they find that first goal 9 seconds in.
Yeah, still gotta play that one regardless. Again, back to the situation where we have a technical own goal subtulance from a Fairfield player. Doesn't matter. Gotta play those regardless. Angle wasn't 100% clear those going in. You had an opportunity to get to that one, so they did, and that's what that ended up with. Matter up and over. Soccer Scout. Cue the Jaws music here, Septulence. He comes out for just a couple seconds. Back to the middle. Elysium tries for it, but it's going to be Matter that centers this one up. That is not looking good. There you go. Scout now with a huge lofting shot over the left side. Picks up a big boost on his way to set this one up.
Ooh. A huge opportunity for Fairfield there. They fall a little bit short, and that was going to be just short enough. Now already a minute off the clock. Siena with that 9-second goal has put themselves in a very comfortable position. Or I shouldn't say very comfortable. A little comfortable. They've got a lead, and at the end of the day, a lead is all that matters. One more could really seal the deal for them to start feeling comfy, but as long as they just don't allow Fairfield to really play the game, there would be some great successes here. I often talk about the difference between a proactive and a reactive team, and I think we're seeing that right now. Fairfield was playing very reactively. They were playing very impressively, and they were able to capitalize off of small moments that kind of happen in the blink of an eye, where Siena, they want to play calm, cool, and collected. They want to make sure they're doing every single step of every single plan that is already premeditated. And Fairfield was doing a great job at making sure they couldn't, but now Siena being much more contesting here in this ball control game.
Man. I gotta say, Fairfield, I hope they're not feeling themselves a little too much. I hope we didn't gas them up too much, get in their own heads, you know what I'm saying? Because it kind of seems like Fairfield is just simply passing the ball a lot less. I mean, Soccer Scout got absolutely fed, fat and happy on the Atlantic City Boardwalk, my friend. That is simply not a situation he has found himself in, literally at all. We're looking at a Soccer Scout player, 7 shots up, 6 goals made in game 1. Now, 30 seconds away from halftime, 0 shots even attempted, my friend. 0 shots attempted. Matter's gotten 4, Elysium's gotten 1, and that's just attempted. Again, Soccer Scout's been shut down in game number 2. We were singing his praises earlier. That time is over.
Yeah, this is what I was worried about. Remember, I mentioned on that overplaying their hand, and I think we've seen Siena capitalizing on that very same mistake. Fairfield comes through. They go a little too hard in game 1, and Siena realized, wait a darn minute, one person scored everything. What if we just don't let them get near the ball? And so far, It has been working pretty darn tootin' well, if I do say so myself. Elysium, though, going to be the one to sneak in underneath Siena, finding that opportunity to strike and finding a golden goal to tie things back up for Fairfield.
Well, I mean, yet again, though, Soccer Scout is taken care of and towards this middle, and this goal only happens because the other two members of Fairfield, one gets a good angle on it, the other says, okay, I can't make this, I'm going for defender, and then taps. It's no demo. It's no demo. We do love the explosive.
Oh!
Okay, so this one is a perfect mistake from Siena. They are not fully set up quite yet, and then both chase super hard on the outside. Matter gets away from both of them, and then both Siena players bite on a big boost on the side. Six is the only one back to defend at that one, and you have two Siena players kind of fighting over a single big boost in the corner.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of either, like you said, a commitment for the boost from the both of them, or perhaps a bad call, because they both dove to that corner the exact same time, the exact same movements, and now Siena, I mean, damning the Rocket League gods if they've had the opportunity, because that is 2 goals in a row that should have gone in, but both of them just 99%, very close, but close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Wait, no, that's the right one. Okay.
Wait a minute, no, hand shoe, horse. Hey, oh my goodness, Fairfield with the 3rd goal. Wait a second, that's crazy.
There you go. Fairfield once again perched themselves a little bit of a lead here, 103 seconds. And yet again, I think we're sensing a theme here. Scout, since last time we mentioned this, has gotten a couple of shots on, but that's it. And a saved as well, assist as well, excuse me. But that's it. It has been the Elysium and Matter show, and this is what we want to see by well-balanced Rocket League teams. Even-handed plays offensively that are spread across these players that assist each other in this team-based game. Not just a solo opportunity offensive, and Siena, just like that, are collapsing so much better onto players. Just watch this, right? Scout puts this one up over to Matter. Six is there. Matter's the last defensive player black because Elysium is looking to rotate in, just simply doesn't get there in time.
Yeah, now 1, 2, 3 on the clock. Fairfield up by only a single goal, so they're still not feeling very comfortable. Siena's got more than enough time to turn this around. Scout could have found that goal that definitely could have worked dividends for the morale, for the opportunity to win in Game 2, but it's going to be taken out and all the way down by Six, who goes up and over around Scout. It falls off to the side, off the crossbar, and it is still in play. Matter able to catch it out and keep the momentum moving in favor of Fairfield. Scout able to catch it out once again, clearing down the back third towards Siena's goal. And this may be a freebie for Matter off the crossbar again! The crossbar's so bad, but it is Scout who follows it through. Close sometimes doesn't matter, but that time it does. Scout with the come through and the clutch for Fairfield to go up 4-2, less than a minute on the clock.
And this never happens without Matter's shanking play at the end of this replay. The last Fairfield member to touch it before Scout just rockets this one in. Siena's, again, doing a great job of shutting down the Scout, but they can't do that when they have no players back like that to simply play on anybody from Fairfield's side that was coming in. It seems like a little bit is breaking down. Maybe they even paid too much attention to Soccer Scout in, say, the second half of this game. First half, absolutely. They're, like, shutting stuff down, not letting anything happen. Second half, maybe a different look as Elysium and Matter read the book, understood the language, and they just put the thumb screws on.
They memorized the book, Tug. I mean, some of the things we've seen right here feel like these kids are playing 7 steps in the future. It is incredible how far ahead Fairfield seems in this. And this is, again, a seed placement anomaly. Fairfield is supposed to be getting dumpstered by Siena right now, but instead, they're the ones taking out the trash. It is Fairfield up 4-2 on the game, now 2-0 on the series. They are 5 minutes. They are hypothetically a single goal away from removing the #1 seed, Tugboat. That is insane.
Yes, upset central here on our second semifinals matchup. We already have the other side determined. That is Iona College, the 2nd seed, going to be punching their ticket to the grand finals. Now, will this be a comeback in every way, shape, and form for the Siena St. Bernards? Or will this be Fairfield in 3? I really feel like those are only 2 options. A full reverse sweep from Siena, the most important time in this matchup being literally right now, the most important place being between the ears of Siena members inside the mouths, right? The communications is what I'm getting at here, Sepulence. Well, how are they communicating? What are they figuring out that they don't want to allow this other team to simply do again? Some of the things we spelled out here, some of the things I can guarantee you, they're pitching between themselves and plays they've played out before.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we just need to go back a little bit more to physicality. We saw a pretty decent amount from Siena there, but I personally would always love to see more. They did a great job. For a majority of that game, Scout did not get to do anything. And in that time, that's when Siena was winning. That's when Siena found themselves large and in charge for a majority of that game. If they can give us a repeat of what we just saw at the beginning there, if they can come through and just not allow Scout to do anything, that can work out incredibly well for them. But we're going to have to see that come through. Also, I wish they could just get a little bit luckier on these goals. We've seen so many that are so incredibly close, and they're always falling a little bit short. That darn crossbars really got it out for Siena today. But I think Siena can absolutely take Game 3, at the very least force a Game 4, and I wouldn't be the least bit surprised to see them walk us all the way to Game 5.
I'm sticking with it. Either this is Fairfield in 3 or it's Siena in 5. It's going to be the reverse sweep. It starts right here. Fairfield is taking this all the way down for the first, like you said, statistical anomaly. That higher seed getting dropped.
And I just love me a good underdog story. I mean, I truly do. By no means am I rooting against Siena here, but it is just very much you love to see those teams, those expectations shattered, because that's when it really gets interesting. If you watch the number 1 seed walk through and demolish everybody, it's like, oh, that's what we thought was going to happen, right? But it's when these dark horses come through, like Fairfield right now, or these dark stags, I guess, come through like Fairfield right now and just give us the show of a lifetime. This is, I can confidently say that Fairfield has always been a pretty good team, 4th seed, right? But in reality, I mean, this is much better than I've seen them play in ages.
It's that land pressure, man. Lights and the sounds, fans and friends alike, out in the crowd and whatnot. A lot to show up for. And bright city lights in your eyes, right? I'm with it. 90 seconds into the one, no scores on boards. No cuts being had quite yet. Both teams playing incredibly careful right now. This is really the first time that ball has reached even like a goalie box, you know? This has just pretty much lived in the inside since then.
Oh, a great opportunity for Elysium, but I've got to say Siena doing a really good job playing it back and forth rather than just kind of slamming down into Fairfield's goal, and I think that change of pace, playing it a little bit slower, has a great opportunity to work out well for them. Already proof in the pudding. 6 comes through on 1 goal. Atlas goes for another. So Siena, they're playing it slow. They're almost pushing a wall toward Fairfield, making it harder and harder for Fairfield to break out. And if they keep peppering this ball toward goal, statistically, one of them goes in eventually, just like that. I love the play style, I love the patience, and I love the fact they were able to turn it up. As soon as they saw their moment to strike, they were there, and Atlas, over 2 defenders, rolls it in. Siena up 1-0.
Atlas with the goal, 6 with the assist, a little slow roller across the middle as we're 18 seconds away from this halftime sepulence. At least one's required for Fairfield to bring this one back. Bam! And there's a fantastic pass play. Sets him up and knocks him down. This is as simple as they get, Sepulence. Elysium Matter gives it right back. Elysium knows exactly where to go. That is literally as clean and simple and basic and pure as a Rocket League play as you get. Like clip that one, put it on YouTube for all the time.
That's actually the second time that's happened. Once from Rathskeller back in Game 1, I believe. And then there we go again. I believe it was Elysium who just sinks it away for Fairfield. We enter the second half. It is tied 1-1, which is essentially a 0-0 scoreline. And now there's more than an insane opportunity to strike on both sides. Siena has ball control. They steer it away. They're trying to clear it down. Scout finds a demolition. Wrath comes through and leaves the goal open. Gets a little bit over-aggressive, and Fairfield takes their opportunity to strike.
How did Elysium... Elysium comes out, shoots up at it. Yeah, I'm really surprised at that one. I think that was Rathskeller that just may have cheated up on this like a tiny bit too much. I'm talking about like a couple frames difference, because from where he was coming out, it looked like he should have been able to get a handle onto this one and hit it one way or another. Who knows? As it is, Fairfield up 2-1. Siena playing from behind like they have been doing most of this matchup.
Siena, they had a great opportunity to strike, and now I think they may have to play a little bit more opportunistic, which is a play style we have not seen from them quite yet. I think they just need to hard commit to defense, and then when they get the opportunity to clear down, hard rush the ball afterwards. Scout going for a slower play style in. And unfortunately, with only one defender, there's nothing that can be done there. Scout, or not, excuse me, not Scout. Rathskeller can only move so quickly. Blocks it out once, gets bumped away, and Matter is there to sink it in as quick can be. 1:44, 104 seconds left. Fairfield, they're 100 seconds away from a spot in the grand finals.
Yes, and again, our first seed upset of this. Matter, I think, just chooses not to bite in at this one. That would have been an easy giveaway right here, and I gotta say, Sepulence, we're probably 45 seconds outside, if scores remain the same, of a Fairfield keep-away situation.
Absolutely. We're definitely getting to that moment where they're just going to have to play that very complicated game of keep away. Rather than the 45 seconds, that extra goal, rather, almost seals the deal. Now, 3 times in 80 seconds, more than possible. We've seen that happen several times today. That is something that is absolutely capable. But Siena, I really think they need to focus hard again on removing Scout from the equation, because it's no longer Scout playing that front striker. It is Scout playing the well-rounded player. It's on the offense, on the defense, coming through every time Siena needs them out of the way. Scout is there in the way, and I think a little bit more physicality can go a long way for them.
I mean, 70 seconds to go, about 65 seconds to go as of right now. All Fairfield really needs to do, if they send this ball lofting like across this pitch probably 4 more times, that'll be too much time. Just like this one, that is now 8 seconds before somebody actually touches and picks this one up. Another big hit right there, accepted down bottom. If they see, that's started at 48. That's going to be another, 5 seconds, almost 6 seconds before anybody touches this one. That's all Fairfield's going to do the rest of this 40 seconds.
Absolutely. Maybe they'll pepper in a couple of goals here and there, but those are just going to be for the highlight reel more than they are for anything else.
Yeah.
As long as they continuously keep Siena away from just general aggression, if they can bump Siena, find a couple of taps here and there, just kind of stay in their head, stay in their way, that pretty much seals the deal. And now as we enter 20 seconds left, that is 1 goal per 5 seconds for them to walk away with a win. And Tug, so much of what we do is about creating a narrative and highlighting underdogs and really giving these teams opportunities to shine. I'm going to say, Fairfield, they highlighted themselves today. They did what, let's be real, the beginning of this series, I said this should be unbelievably easy for Siena. They should walk away with this in the blink of an eye. And Fairfield clearly did not appreciate that, because they have come through and 3-0'd, removed the #1 seed from the tournament here this weekend.
Oh yeah, the Stags keep the dream alive here in Atlantic City. It's where dreams go to die, I'm told, actually. I'm just kidding around. There's some fantastic Rocket League stuff out here, and that is going to be Fairfield coming in on top. What'd you say?
I mean, just an incredible performance as well from both sides. We've got to see Siena. They are very neck and neck with the scoreline. Scout is the only real outlier there, nearly 550 on the board. Everybody else was kissing 300 one way or another, and that is just really going to show the impact one player can have. I mean, we saw it with DJ. We've seen it with Scout. It's when one player gets the opportunity to pop off, when somebody has that time to strike, that time to succeed, that works unbelievably well for them. And my hat off to Siena. I mean, a team that I truly enjoy to watch every single week. I see them at the EGFC all the time, and it is a great opportunity to see them come out, kick butt, make it to semifinals. But I'm also just excited because I am a pro underdog kind of guy. It is something that just comes with my mentality. I love to see those sneaky wins, those unexpectations come through and succeed. And there's that good sportsmanship we love. There's me too. Hi everybody. That's me twice.
Oh hey, there you go. There you go. Oh, I'm not allowed in this one.
No,
there you go. But like you said, good sports. There you go. Good sportsmanship and more alive at the Showboat Hotel there in picturesque Atlantic City, right there on the boardwalk as well. Fairfield, Siena, Fairfield. We will say hi to them in the grand finals. Siena, for now, we will wish them a happy viewing of the rest of this competition, because they will not be, at least within the Rocket League portion, involved in the competition here.
And I've got to say as well that Siena loses today, unfortunately, right? That takes them out of the MAAC conference kind of championships. But the EGFC very much still exists, and that is an area where they are still very much a very impressive team. So it's like a loss today can lead to a win tomorrow. I think that series was rough. It truly was. But I have more than faith in Siena. I have seen them go the mile and demolish teams left, right, and center. It is something they are experts in. I think they have a lot of good VOD review out of this weekend's work, and I would not even bat an eye if we were to see them in EGFC Grand Finals later on.
Yeah, absolutely. This is just the conference championships here within the MAAC. There will be a larger EGFC, like you said, and would not be surprised if we see them in there. With that, though, short break. Or not a short break, actually. We'll be looking at about a 2-hour break while we get the championships of some of the other esports going on, and then the grand final started, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. We've got Super Smash Bros. Ultimate coming up next on this channel. They will go through, I believe, 2 series, and then we will come back to Tug and myself for Grand Finals of Rocket League. Like we mentioned, Rocket League, the only event to have a Grand Finals today. All the other Grand Finals are tomorrow. But this is us signing off very quickly so we can get this Super Smash Bros. Ultimate set and running for you guys. We'll see you later, but for now, check your posture, drink some water, please, love each other, and we will see you folks in just a couple of hours with some more Rocket League.